Welcome back, and today we're going to look at the cards that we pulled. So in the last two videos, we did a live unboxing of the Pokemon XY Evolution, and I kind of went back and looked back at what cards we can actually submit to PSA. So putting this video is to kind of look at, what can we submit, will this be PSA 10, and kind of give you an overview of how we've done with our pull rate. So let's get it going. So we had, honestly, to kind of give you an overview, like I actually ended up doing two unboxings. So there was two XYs. One of them was actually on YouTube. The other two I did privately. And I kind of will go through all the cards that I pulled. I'll be honest, I think in both boxes, we were pretty freaking lucky to pull as many Charizards as we could. Again, I'd like to mention that PokeRev actually did 6 of these unboxings and he pulled 7 Charizards. And we happened to actually end up pulling, I believe we pulled 6 as well too, but 4 of which went for submission. So I kind of will go overview of like what the PSA 10 price is for each card and what we can expect in terms of value, or I mean it really depends how it comes back from the grading. But let's start with some of the full arts. So the full arts, honestly, we pulled a lot of great full arts. But the problem was that most of these full arts, they were actually not cut properly. Like even this one that I'm submitting, I don't even know if we'll get a PSA 10 grading. But if you actually take a look at the card itself, you'll see at the very top of it, it's a bit over to this side, whereas this one's a bit more thicker. So I don't even know if it's a PSA 10, but I'm going to send it anyways. Most of the full arts and EX cards, they actually were not well aligned. And that was just the general problem and theme I saw in both of the boxes. So we're going to submit this one, this Dragonite. So the full art, if it's a PSA 10, would be coming at $40, and a PSA 9 would be $20. This one, another trainer card. I think this is the best full art in terms of how it looks. So if you look at the top to bottom, looks relatively even, a bit more to the top of the side. But generally, it's not bad. I think for the most part, it's pretty good. So at a PSA 10, this one would be coming in at $55, and a PSA 9 would be coming at $30. Now, let's take a look at the Mewtwo. So the Mewtwo is also great. So honestly, everything other than the full arts that were pretty rare, they all came pretty well in terms of how it looks. So Mewtwo at a PSA 10, reverse holo comes at $45, and if it grades to PSA 9, it would be about $15. The Mew reverse holo, also again relatively good condition. I don't see too much of an issue on the backside either. Most of these cards actually don't have any nicks at all. So a Mew reverse holo comes in at a PSA 10 of $35, and if it comes at a PSA 9, it'd be $50. So we got a whole bunch of Pikachus, which is pretty dope. So we had two reverse holo Pikachus. I got it from both of the EX boxes, both of these guys. Both of them are relatively great condition. None of these, again, have any nicks on it, at least noticeable, that at least I noticed. So these actually come in at a PSA 10 of $35. And if an average PSA 9 comes for about $8. So putting both of these for submission. So next one was a reverse holo Raichu. A reverse holo Raichu comes in at a PSA 10 of $44 and a PSA 9 of $20. Holo Raichu, again, this is a great find right here. This one also looking pretty good condition. PSA 10, the last one sold for $72, and a PSA 9 of this, I believe, comes at $15. Then we have the Flying Pikachu, which is a non-holo rare. This one's a pretty cool looking card. This was actually, I was kind of iffy if I even wanted to submit it because it is slightly a bit off. Kind of hard to tell here, but it's a bit off. You can see it's a bit towards this side. So this one at a PSA 10 comes in at, I believe, about $35, and a PSA 9 comes at $25. So the thing is that what I actually did is I actually triple wrapped it. I first put it in a casing, then a top loader casing, all from Ultra Pro. and then another bag on top, which is basically dust proof. I'll be submitting all my cards in this way because honestly, I don't want, the last thing I want is that when I submit the cards, it comes in damaged. So, you know, there's extra protections. Now come into our most fun ones. So I actually pulled in the last video was, or I believe in another box, a reverse hollow Charmander. Now surprisingly, this is a super rare card actually. The grading seems okay. I don't know if it'll come back as a 10. But it's a pretty expensive card. The last one sold for $220, and I believe the reverse hollow value of this comes in, it's tough, man, like about 20 bucks. So it's a bit of a gamble here, but cool anyways. And again, each of the PSA submissions that I've been submitting or going to be submitting would be coming in at each about $13 each. I actually submitted through TCA Gaming. He has a great bulk discount, so shout out to TCA for that. There's the reverse hollow Tremillion, which we pulled, I believe, in our first part 1 of the unboxing. Looking at a great condition as well too. This one is, I believe, at PSA 10 comes in about 60 bucks, and a PSA 9 of this would be coming in at 35 bucks. Now coming into the Charizards. So honestly, we pulled 2 of these actually. All of them, again, I was saying the full arts, the EXs are just not really in great condition. I think this one was as close to as the best condition you could get. Again, you can see it's a bit of a thin lining here and versus up there. This is again a risk, but at an EX, PSA 10 last one sold for about 60 bucks, and the worst case, PSA 9, which I'm believing will be PSA 9, will be about 35 bucks. Then this one was not pulled from this box, but from another box. This one comes in at reverse hollow Charizard. All the Charizards, thank God, they're coming in at really good condition. I don't see any nicks or any scratches. Centering seems honestly pretty great as well too for both of them. Reverse hollow Charizard is actually coming in at a PSA 10 of $200 and a PSA 9 of about 60 bucks. And lastly, we pulled one Charizard, but also from the other box, I pulled another Charizard. These are the top loader cards, both of these guys. Both of these guys are actually in great condition. I didn't see any nicks on them. Centering seems great on both of them. Both of them at a PSA 10, a Holo Charizard. This is the top card in the actual set. Comes in at $500. And then a PSA 9 comes in $100. Again, getting a PSA 10 is really hard. Honestly, I don't know if we'll come back as a 10, but like, I mean, hey, let's give it a shot. Feel kind of lucky this weekend. And that's pretty much it. So I'm actually submitting about, I believe, 15 cards. And I kind of did like a quick little graph so you guys get an idea of the metrics that we come in at. How do I flip this? Okay, I'm just going to flip it over. So if you look at this, actually, I'll cut that out. So basically, if everything comes back at a PSA 10, we're looking at about $2,000 in worth the cards. Worst case, if everything comes back as at a PSA 9, then it comes about $500. I paid about $235 for both booster boxes. The PSA submissions cost about $200. So I guess the worst case, the best case profit is about $1,500. The worst case is $33. $33 is not much, but I mean, it's still fun doing these videos and such. And all the profits will be going back to more videos and more content for you guys. Thank you for tuning in, guys. See you guys another time. I'll create another video once we get back from our PSA submission and we kind of see like what kind of grading we got and look back on this video. Have a good day, guys. Peace.